So let me try an analogy. I think my impression of the limit, I think, looks radically different than where we are now. So let me try it by way of analogy. So let's think of, finance through the lens of, say, getting from place A to place B, but instead of a financial place A to place B, we're trying to get physical place A to place B. And let's suppose that in the limit we start having self-driving cars. Well, at that point, I don't need driver's education anymore. I don't need to know that makes sense. Why do I need to know the rules of the road? But then, once we've done that, why would we continue to use the same rules of the road for a bunch of self-driving cars that were entirely designed for people? The rules of the road should change too. I mean, it would be absurd to keep the rules of the road the same. It would make sense. Like, you have a yellow light because it takes time for people to react to the thing. Why would we have lights? Why are we spending the whole thing? All of traffic would begin to become very weird. We'd start to appreciate, like, well, there's all this evidence on what causes traffic jams, and we can't do anything about it with human drivers, but we can certainly affect the rate at which cars speed up or slow down on the highway, so that there's just an endless supply of stuff that now starts coming into action, because the very basics, so what does that tell us is that most of the machinery of intermediation was designed for people. The same thing is true of finance. Like, what we are trying to accomplish in financial markets at some level is shockingly simple. I am either trying to move money between today and tomorrow, or move money from tomorrow to today. And in doing that activity, I'm going to be willing to take on some risk and pay some premium. That's it. There's not much else happening in finance, right? I mean, that is all finance is. There's nothing else. Like, that's it. But because as people, we don't, like, all those things are kind of complicated. Most institutions are built around the limited cognitive machinery of people. And most financial product proliferation is kind of a response to that fairly limited, complexity of it.